What's up, guys? That Really Gross Guy here. We are back so we can talk about what we can expect from Tennocon 2020. I have actually made this or recorded this video twice, and sure enough, after doing so, something was revealed or some update happened with Warframe, which made part of the video irrelevant. And I'm at the point where I'm recording this now, very shortly before Tennocon is out, so that we can talk about what we can expect from Tennocon 2020. Originally, I was talking about, the Steel Path is on its way, the hard mode, very interesting stuff. What can we expect necessarily from the Steel Path? And sure enough, Tennocon was delayed, and the Steel Path was actually updated in Warframe. So that is now no longer a Tennocon, type of reveal that they could have done. So I'm under the impression they were going to try to bring in Tennocon and be like, congratulations, or like we're here, Tennocon, going great, all this stuff. Steel Path is dropping like today or this week, this Friday or something like that. Steel Path is going online, so for everybody who is attending the convention, when you get home, it'll be pretty much ready to update. Or for those of you who are at home, get ready, gear up. It is going to be Steel Path time. Sure enough, like I said, it is already in game, so that is one thing. Of course, the delay was a big deal. There are, there's some like a deluxe skin and whatnot that was the Garuda Deluxe that probably could have dropped like the week of Tennocon, this or that. But anyways, there are some things that we absolutely can expect from Tennocon 2020. We've seen in the past them show off like the next Prime, so that is definitely, Inaros Prime. That's the other thing. Inaros Prime just dropped, so that could have been a thing that they were like, here's a look at Inaros Prime. He's coming this week or something like that. So another unavailable thing for them to show at Tennocon, which is interesting. So there was the potential for the next Prime. Maybe they'll hint at that, even though Inaros just dropped. I don't know. I don't know if that's just they're not going to really bother with talking about a Prime at the convention or with the live stream, since it is now a live stream. There is Tennocon. When it comes to Tennocon, they might talk about the next wave of Tennocon that is making its way into the game, which I will expect some sort of talk about that. Usually Tennocon content is set up for a totally different location in the convention itself, and they talk about Tennocon content and what's coming and what, maybe some assets and stuff that we could look at. That's not a part of the main stage kind of reveals, so we might see a little bit of that in the live stream. The other thing, which we see usually in like art panels and other things like that, are new tile sets, things we can expect with tile sets. Things we can expect with new deluxe skins, things we can expect. We usually get like several deluxe skins revealed at the convention. The other thing is they have been taking fan-made concepts. I believe Liger had a few that made it into the game. So there is a possibility that is a thing where they're going to say, here are some more content creators that we have contacted. We've reached out to these guys, and we want to incorporate their concept art, their fashion frame, type designs, and build them in game. So that's something I would expect as well. So I'm excited about that. And tile sets, new tile sets, I kind of touched on that just a second. I'm expecting, because we have a little bit of assets we've seen in the past of infested open world or open space tile sets. This is something that's really interesting. I'm expecting this to be a big part of Tennocon. We see this giant infested mass that is in outer space. Whether this is going to be something we land on with our Lisette and or a railjack, and we run around and do some open world like stuff, I don't know. Or if this is going to be a giant open space kind of environment where our railjack is flying around and maybe accomplishing missions. I'm not too sure. But I do think that's going to be a big part of Tennocon coming up here as well. Of course, we can't ignore the fact that the new war, of course, sentient invasion, Lotus, all that stuff that's going on with that, I would not be surprised if that is the main focus of the majority of the content we are going to expect at Tennocon. Of course, the Lotus' story going down that path of the sentient invasion, the brother, Hun Hao. Speaking of Hun Hao, what's going on with the Stalker? We may see nothing or have any information about the Stalker. Even if I'm expecting him to come back at some point because he's too much of a main staple in the Warframe lore to just pretend like, yeah, his stories is done and over with. Him and Hun Hao have just, died or gone off and whatever. I don't think that's going to be the case. We may not find anything about him now, but I can't say that he's not going to play any part whatsoever in the new war because it's all about the sentient race and their struggles and the invasion in our solar system. So there has to be some of that in there. And I guess I mentioned Deluxe Skins. I'm sorry to go back on this point. There was the Zephyr skin that we never got. Wasn't there we got the Chorus Deluxe skin just recently. Was that the only other fan-made concept art skin that we got? I don't know. You guys might be able to correct me down in the comments below if you wish. But lastly, of course, we have seen a timeline, and the Deviri Paradox is not coming this year. That's expected. The new war and this infested type tile set type stuff, I think, is much more on the cusp. We have a lot of Grenier Lich system stuff that happened. We had the new Corpus rework system that just happened with more Corpus units and all that other stuff. I think it's time for the infested to get some love, and I'm expecting this tile set, this open space, whatever infested variant is going to bring us some more infested stuff, which I kind of got the hint from the devs because it's almost like they mentioned, the Grenier, we did a rework with those guys, and the Lich system, this and that, and all the devs were like, oh yeah, that was great, that was cool, that was fun. And they're like, Corpus system just coming out, Protea, all that good stuff. And they're like, wow, it looks great, it's amazing, all that stuff. But Infested really don't have a whole lot of love, and they're lacking in the department. And all the devs were just like, crickets, just quiet. Like, I think we're gonna get some Infested love, and I'm really excited about that. So there's that big deal. But going back to the Deviri Paradox, pushed towards, well, not pushed, but it is not coming this year. I think they're going to maybe tease some more from it because, Deviri Paradox is going to be, from what I can tell, a very revolutionary portion of Warframe's lore, maybe even the game in general, but at least the lore in Warframe is going to see a big twist when the Deviri Paradox comes out, I'm pretty sure, so that's interesting. Of course, we might see a little bit of assets of the Deviri themselves, the weapons, maybe some lore, or some of the atmosphere or the world that the Deviri is kind of bringing our way. We don't even really know what the Deviri Paradox stuff is. We saw the cinematic, which you guys could see with, I've done lots of Tennocon coverage from the last few years I've been there, but especially last year, seeing the horse dude with the sword and the adult Tenno looking dude and all that stuff. Very interesting, but I'm not expecting a whole lot to be revealed from the Deviri Paradox. But I am expecting some sort of tease for sure with their faction, at least. Maybe even little tidbits of what kind of role the Tenno play in that version of the lore or the world or the universe. I don't even know. Is it a parallel universe? What is it? Anyways, I think that's going to be it for me. The last few Tennocons, I had a lot that I was able to talk about and a lot of things that I was actually correct about. The open space, the railjack stuff, I was right about. The open world really caught me off guard, but I remember way before the open world stuff happened, I was like, I had a video where I was like, wouldn't it be cool if they created a more open world area where you could like queue up for missions using a common area, kind of like you do in MMOs. I was like, yeah, what if you interact with several different other Warframes and you can queue up for missions, but not in a Lassette, but in an actual world space. And sure enough, we did get, you know, the open world environment. So my predictions, I'm not sure, really. I'm not really sure about much. I'm mostly just going to predict and it's probably not going to be this year, but I'm going to predict a huge open world. Well, an open world. We'll say it. We'll say a huge open world / open space environment revolving around the infested. Some of that may be way off. Some of that might be, you know, relatively accurate. But my big expectations are an infested. I don't want to say rework, but a big expansion to the infested and the open space kind of, or open world kind of infested environments. Speaking of, that's the other thing that kind of threw this video for a loop. There was a recent, very short trailer of the Deimos trailer that you guys could check out. It's very, very short, but it's this giant like open key space. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a door to another dimension, and it gives me huge infested vibes. I think it even has a little bit of like a, what do you call it? Just not commentary, but anyways, there's someone talking about the infested heartbeat thing, whatever you want to call it. Oh man, it's got to be it. I totally forgot about that until just now because it just dropped a few days ago. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Lots more to come. Absolutely. I took a couple days off for the Tennocon live stream, and I'm going to be covering Tennocon 2020 to the best of my ability using the assets and all the sorts of stuff that we get from the live stream. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys stick around and check out that Tennocon content. So thank you. See you guys in the next video. Blah.